like when the whole time I was in Vietnam, I never thought, hey, I could get killed here, you know. And the one time with the artillery fire, I thought I was going to get killed, but that was only then. I never, I never really worried about it, you know. I don't know why. Some people were scared all the time, and I just had a feeling that nothing was going to happen to me, and it didn't.
Almost like an intuition.
I don't know. I think so. I don't know.
Just like how you could tell if people were going to get hurt or not.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the guys that were really afraid were the ones that got hurt. I, I don't know the theory behind that or what, but
how accurate would you say you were with predicting if people were going to get hurt or killed?
Pretty much.
90%, 95%?
Now, I don't know. I'll tell you a story. When I came home, I had a friend, and I was sitting on the front porch. I was home. Jim, trying to think of his last name. I know his brothers. McConnell, Jim and McConnell. I knew from behind me in school. I was sitting on the porch, and he comes to the porch, and he said, Mike, I got my orders. I'm going to Vietnam. And what can you tell me? He told me, you know, I talked to him for a while. I talked to him. I told him, gave him some advice and whatever. And my girlfriend then, my future wife, Barb, she came out. She knew Jimmy. And I don't know if she remembers this, but when he left my porch, I said, he's going to get hurt. And he did. He got shot up real bad. And he just died a little while ago from throat cancer, throat stuff they think was Agent Orange. But he got shot really bad. But I never told anybody that. That's a true story. I told her, I said, he's going to get hurt. He did. He got shot coming off a helicopter. But I don't know what that is, a tuition, or maybe it's just coincidence. I don't know. But I could tell. Yeah. You know, it didn't always happen, but you know. But usually I'd take care of those guys. I'd try to keep care of those guys. But sometimes I would get a new guy in, and when I was squad leader, I'd get a new guy in, and I could tell almost by talking to him if he was somebody I could use or somebody I had to protect. You know, some guys are there. It's just a character thing. You get to know who you want on point. You know, who you want in the back. You know, and it's a strange phenomenon. You know, but I always said when I'd get a new guy in, I always had I'd have my little session with him. And, I had two basic questions. You know, I'd ask them if they smoke marijuana, you know, and they say, well, no. I said, just tell me, you know, and if they had smoked it, like in the rear or when they were home or something, I said, well, you're not smoking it here, you know, in the field. I said, if we get out of the field, if you want to find some, that's fine, but out here, no. And I said, you can't hide it. You try to. We're shoulder to shoulder 24/7. You can't smoke dope out here, then nobody's going to know it, you know. And we're going to know it. And I said, I'm going to bust you. And I said, I'll take care of you, but you can't do it out here because this stuff out here is too strong, and it makes you paranoid. And you're not on your. I got to have you at your best. I got to have you sharp. And so I warned them right away. That happens, I'm gonna bust you, and didn't really have any trouble, not any trouble with anybody. And the second question, I'd ask them. I say, do you have a wife or girlfriend? And if they said yes, I'd say, well, when you get your Dear John letter, we're all gonna be here for you, you know. And usually they would say, nah, it's not gonna happen, you know. But usually it happened, you know. So it's just that was a thing, you know. So.